I watched David Letterman talk to Kim K. You seen his interview series at all?
Yes.
Can we talk about David Letterman
I don't
real
know
quick?
that I watched the Kim Kardashian.
What do you think about David Letterman?
I get. Okay, wait. I got furious about it. I didn't see the full Kim K one.
Okay.
But I did catch one of it, and I got so fucking mad because he's
at Letterman.
He's at the same thing as like Howard Stern and stuff like that, where it's like I don't find him to be a particularly great interviewer. He's just Letterman, so people want to impress him.
He is anointed right now as like this. I don't know, like a Howard Stern. Like they talk about him. People talk about him like he. And I'm not. I mean, he's obviously wildly successful, but like he was on the air every single night for a zillion years, and people were not like revering him. Again, I'm kind of splitting hairs because like I know he was popular and very well liked, but he is talked about now in a way. Like Pat wrote a blog about him interviewing Chappelle, and it was almost like he was on the same level as Chappelle, where people talk about him in this way.
I thought the Chappelle one was fine.
I thought all of it is very. Yeah, I don't. What is he doing that like? I hate to sound silly, but like we could do that interview.
The Kim
we were just talking to them.
Was so because she gave such a great answer
when he was speaking nonsense.
No,
that part.
Because again, I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay.
I just saw like. I like walked in the living room and she was watching something, so I kind of just sat down and so I didn't see the full thing. I didn't put it on, but I saw the Paris question.
Yeah,
and he was like, "So tell me." Like I think the prompt was, "So tell me about Paris."
Yes,
and it was like
he's like, "Yeah, you mentioned at one point he's like, you mentioned Kanye. You're married to him. What's that like?"
Right?
Like, what? That's not even like a real segue.
Yeah.
yeah.
It was like he was like, "So tell me about Paris." Whereas like if we ask that, and again, I get like if you're at a certain level, you demand a certain answer.
Yes.
But like if we asked that, she'd be like, "That was a terrible time. Like, I haven't talked about that anymore."
That's why I want to be careful. Like I literally mean this. I could do that same interview if Kim gave me that same respect.
Right.
If I
get you have to earn the respect. Like that's fine. I understand that.
1,000%. But even that is like, I don't think I don't want to sound like an asshole. Like David Letterman hasn't earned it, but it's like Howard Stern to me is known as this like interviewer. You know, David Letterman's been doing like press junket interviews for fucking zillions of years.
Yeah,
you know, like I don't think I'm very surprised to see that he's been like canonized by everyone. Where it's like he is the media elite now, where it's like he's Jimmy Fallon, he's Jimmy Kimmel, he's like, and he was a comedian. Yeah, certainly iconic. But to be like, you know, it's the sit down interview you must hear.
Dude, Kim's answer to that was so incredible. Like it was a 10 out of 10 answer.
Yeah.
And all he said, like she was talking about how like she's getting tied up and she was only in a nightgown.
When she was like, I'm gonna get raped.
I'm gonna get raped. Like you're about to get raped. Prepare for that. Get ready for it. And she's talking about like Courtney coming home from the club and finding her dead. Like her dead, like on the floor.
Right.
And like all that shit was fucking insane. Like she's crying and it was crazy to like she gave a great, very vivid and descriptive answer about like someone who thought they were about to die and like all the thoughts going through her head and stuff like that. And like it was an incredible answer. But all he said was like Paris was crazy. Tell me about that.
Yeah,
and it was like,
and then
anyone can say that.
And I don't know if I don't like that whole series because it's very edited. Like you can hear where they cut to the applause like right after. Yeah. It's like that wasn't a natural ending. That was like a applause next segment. And so maybe he's a victim of editing. But like I don't think any of it is that like award winning. And so the one thing I was talking about was he was talking to her about being a lawyer. And Kim was pretty honest where she's like, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to law school, but I am doing this like apprenticeship thing where you learn the ins and outs. And then they talked about her advocacy and how she like is working with Donald Trump. And Letterman says something like, does his advocacy work with you create a corridor of viability that erases the like something like that, like crazy? And Kim was like, she's like literally playing with her hair, and she's like, well, I don't know what you just said. and then he corrected himself and was like, I basically like, he's done such good work with you. Does that outweigh all the negative of this administration? But he was choosing his words carefully, and that's why it was such a fragmented like question. But it was like, what the fuck are you? I'm so happy that like Kim said that, and rather than try to answer it, because she was like, what the fuck does that mean, dude? But I can't believe that David Letterman is getting the Howard Stern treatment, or even like the Joe Rogan treatment. It's like Joe Rogan at least is like, or these podcasters or Mark Maron's of the world, people who like have done these, Barbara Walters even like interviews. Like David Letterman's in that, and then the other Like when they went into the CVS together, it was like
see
terrible.
that, yeah.
They're doing like there's a pre-tape segment where they went to a CVS together, and he was like the old goofy guy, like making old terrible goofy jokes. And I was like, this is just not that good, guys.
Yeah.
This is just not that good. Everyone's like, did you see the Letterman series? And it's like all the guests are awesome, and yes, if you want to say that he's earned it and all that, so he'll get the best of the best, sure. But what he does once he gets them, not impressed.
I was like Chappelle. I watched most of them from this season. I watched RDJ, who RDJ like looks like. And
He was wearing some wacky shit.
This is
He looked
because
cool.
of his past, but like you just assume, like I'm like he's coked out of his mind, and which he isn't. But like he even acknowledges the gum in his mouth because he kept making all these weird like facial tics, and it was because he was like
chewing gum.
I think he was saying he was parking his gum like in different places. His nicotine.
Oh yeah,
gum.
yeah. Oh
And-
right, he's like, I'm gonna need another nicotine. Yeah.
And but like he was like just like he seemed like he was not like comfortable, or he seemed weird. Too.
Yeah.
It was they were. I think I
and,
watched most of this season, and there isn't one episode where I'm like, you have to see this interview.
No,
there's
And-
like
I mean, even just from having done like behind the blog interviews, which I understand are not like anywhere near this level, but you either have to do like a long one, or you can't talk about like every topic. Like they went through like Dave Chappelle's entire like childhood, where it's like there's just not enough time to talk about all this shit. You know what I mean? Because you're only gonna get like surface level for each like section, which I guess there's value in that. But I'd rather this is like the Kim one wasn't even that long. I don't know. I was very surprised to watch that and be like, this is what people have been like raving about.
I was an early adapter to it, so I've seen most of them. Like I watched season 1 when it first
Yeah.
came out, which is probably 3 years ago or so.
Yeah, he
something
had
like
Jay-Z
that.
on, right? That was a big
He had
one.
Jay-Z. I don't know if I watched
that
the Jay-Z one. I watched the Obama one. The Obama one was fine. It was
Yeah.
like same thing.
Because it is like late night questions and answers. Like he's not really grilling you. He doesn't ask like the tough question. He's just kind of like, you go, like you do it. You know, very strange. Anyway, what was the question?
How do we get there? This is the fast food.
Yeah, how the fuck did we get there?
The fast food. No, I think everyone's got pretty much a standard order.
Fuck did we get there?
I have no idea. I have no.
I'm gonna hit you with a little YouTube sabermetrics, okay? Only 15% of people who watch the videos on the KFC Radio channel are actually subscribed. That means
Oh, you fucking lurkers! I'm
right?
tired. Yeah, I'm
free
tired of
85%
lurkers.
freeloaders.
Retweet, like, fucking heart on Instagram.
Rate, review, subscribe.
If you enjoy content, double tap it.
Literally-
double tap to subscribe.
Just click. It doesn't. I think you only have to click it once, not even double.
Well, okay,
just
fine.
one click.
But I'm not a mathematician. Just a one click works. Because
I don't want. If you double click, you might subscribe and then unsubscribe.
Oh, true.
So just one
well,
click.
then 3 clicks.
3 clicks to subscribe, because otherwise, I mean, it literally doesn't affect you at all, and it will basically make our careers so much better.
Oh,
Please
so much
fucking
better.
do it.
Oh, you'll get us so good.
Please.
You'll get us going
Come
so
on.
good. 85% of you. Triple
Don't
like.
be poor.
Triple time. The thing. The subscribe thing.
Smash that button, as they say.